Salut à tous, j'espère que vous allez bien. C'est un plaisir de vous retrouver aujourd'hui pour une nouvelle leçon dans laquelle nous allons parler et présenter l'hypothèse et le conditionnel en français. Il existe, comme en anglais, différents types et différents niveaux d'hypothèses et de conditionnels. Nous verrons aujourd'hui ensemble le conditionnel de vérité général et le conditionnel qui exprime une forte probabilité. Pour utiliser ces deux types de conditionnels, je vais vous donner de nombreuses phrases d'exemple et vous verrez que vous avez besoin d'utiliser les temps suivants: le présent simple, l'impératif, le futur simple et parfois le passé composé. Let's start straight away with some examples. Si, qui est le mot introducteur en général pour exprimer une hypothèse ou une condition, si tu t'approches trop des flammes, tu te brûles. J'utilise deux présents simples pour exprimer une probabilité très très haute. Okay, so if you get too close to the flames, you burn yourself. Not even you'll burn yourself, but if you get close to the flames, you get burned. Présent simple, très haute probabilité, that we call generally in French, une vérité générale. You can't tell me that's not true, because it is true. That's why I use present. I'm highly confident that this is going to happen. I have some more this way. Still with fire, we're still playing with fire. Si je mets du bois dans la cheminée, il brûle. S'il pleut, c'est mouillé par terre ou le sol est mouillé, humide, trempé. So much vocab. S'il pleut, je prends mon parapluie. Because to me, this is an absolute truth. It happens every time. It rains, I take my umbrella. Just as much as s'il pleut, le sol est humide. There is really little chance we can avoid this consequence. Before I forget, I introduced my sentence with si. Of course, this is completely flexible. Le sol est humide s'il pleut. Le bois brûle si je le mets dans la cheminée. This is a bit like in English saying. It's pretty flexible in there. I also realized while doing these sentences when the probability is so high, and again, what I'm saying is pretty much what we call une vérité générale. You cannot touch it because it's true. You could actually pretty much always change the si for a when. Yeah, like the if for a when. Sorry, if I mix everything, then it's impossible. So si could be changed, substituted by quand. For example, quand tu t'approches des flammes, tu te brûles. Quand il pleut, je prends mon parapluie. It works. It works. And I thought it was interesting. Same here. Si j'ai soif, je bois. Je bois un verre d'eau, je bois un verre de vin. Up to you. Mais si j'ai soif, je bois. Yeah? Ou quand j'ai soif, je bois. Then, forte probabilité that I can still use with présent simple, but also with impératif. For example, si on veut comprendre cette leçon, écoutons la professeure. Si on veut comprendre cette leçon, écoutons la professeure. But of course I can say, si on veut comprendre cette leçon, on doit écouter la professeure. But it's true that the imperative is like avoiding you to use the tu dois. There is a slight sense of strong invitation to do something. Si tu veux comprendre la leçon, tu dois écouter. Écoute. Si tu veux devenir photographe professionnel, tu devrais, tu dois, tu peux, tu achètes. Impératif. Achète un bon appareil photo. Si tu veux devenir photographe professionnel, achète un bon appareil photo. Achète un bon appareil photo si tu veux devenir photographe professionnel. That works every time. Okay, and then I switch to Present simple always. We pretty much had always present simple with the see form. And then future simple. Si vous étudiez ce week-end, la forte probabilité qui existe est que dans le futur, vous aurez un excellent résultat à votre examen. Si vous étudiez ce week-end, vous aurez un excellent résultat à votre examen. Si tu fais trop de bêtises, there's a very high probability that in a very near future, ton père sera fâché. Ta mère te disputera. Tu seras puni. Future simple. And in that case, and that's interesting, you could also have in the first part of your sentence un passé composé. So, si vous étudiez beaucoup ce week-end, it's not done yet. If you do study, you'll get a good mark. But if it's done already, si vous avez étudié ce week-end, then you'll get a good mark. You probably already took the exam and now we are expecting the results. But there's a high probability that you will get a good mark. So, I mean, in English, it would be, if you study well this weekend, you'll get a good mark. If you studied well this weekend, you'll get a good mark. It works. It works with the same logic. Present or passé composé, and then a future in the second part of the sentence. Or, as always, I could go the other way around. Yeah, vous aurez une bonne note si vous avez étudié ce week-end. Or, si vous étudiez ce week-end. I hope that this makes sense. That's really all the tenses that you could have. And I'm missing the words right now. The connotation that you get, like high probability, a probability where if you want this, do that. If you do this, you will get that. If you do this, you do get that for sure. That's pretty much what we are seeing today. And it would be great if this could be clear enough. Si je finis ce livre, je commencerai l'autre. Je commencerai l'autre. Si elle finit ce livre ce soir, emprunte-lui. You can borrow it from her. Si elle finit ce livre ce soir, emprunte-lui. Borrow it from her because you wanted to read it. Now it's your turn. I would like to have a written sentence with this conditional, which is, I think in English it's conditional zero. Conditional zero is present. There is no condition. There is just a general truth. But there is this si that is conditional, but then nothing follows in the meaning of the sentence, the content. There is no conditional, just the si thing. And then the high probability, la forte probabilité. It's a good introduction. So next time when we go to second or third conditional, you're already like familiar with the structure. Again, I'm waiting for your sentences. I'd be very happy to correct you. If you'd like some extra practice, you can check lingoni.com where you'll find a lot of additional exclusive videos, PDF worksheets, podcasts, and interactive exercises. You'll be able to improve your reading, writing, listening, and even practice pronunciation. Thanks again for being here today with us, and I hope to see you very soon for a new lesson. Bye-bye.